welcome back to Pointless Perspectives, where this week we're talking about an especially cringy movie known as Zombies. And it was made by Disney, so it's like one of those Disney original movies. And oh my god, we have
According to the intro
thoughts.
sequence, it's Z-O-M-B.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
zombies with dashes in the middle.
ZOMBIES.
Keep it kind
Uh,
of
gosh.
different.
They wanted us to spell it out instead of like just pronouncing it normally, but that's fine. Um,
Oh yeah, I
so
guess that's what the dashes imply. Z-O-M-B.
oh,
Oh, like the
it's like a
cheerleading.
cheerleader.
Oh,
Oh god.
oh no no no.
Oh no no no. Oh, okay. So so obviously we have thoroughly cringed watching this entire movie. But we're gonna play it like we normally do, and I'll give you like a very minimal summary.
We wasted an hour and 34 minutes of our lives so that you don't have to. Not like
Yeah.
that you were going to, but maybe you'll enjoy it.
How bad. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically there's this okay, so the thing is, like, if you to preface, like, if you look at this movie like a social commentary, it's still cringy as heck, but it's
Oh, it's an
like,
awful way of looking at it though. Like it's like them trying to make it
yeah,
woke, but
yeah,
without it being offensive, which doesn't make sense. Like you
yeah,
can't like obviously like if you're trying to talk about like social issues, like great, go for it. But like making it in a PG way so that people don't get offended by like the content you're putting out, like is not the just avoid it altogether then.
yeah, like no, because like I'm one of those people, like with Zootopia, I thought it was like that was a good movie. One, because
Was
the
that a
animation
Disney
was great.
was that a
No,
Disney movie though?
I think it's Pixar.
Yeah, that's why, because Pixar just like rocks. I mean, Pixar is owned by Disney, no?
Yeah, but like
But like
Pixar just does
Pixar,
stuff
because
better.
it's like movie release stuff, they like have more budget and like they're much better with like storytelling.
Yeah, the animation was awesome for Zootopia, and then on top of that, like it was like a solid message behind it. Okay, anyways, back to the brief
Yeah.
summary. So basically, there's this perfect little town called Seabrook, and it's like everything's amazing. There's unity and everything, and then 50 years ago, lime soda spilled on some sort of control panel of their like
Basically, like a
energy
nuclear place exploded and caused
power
people to
plant.
turn into zombies.
Yes. And then so then it was like zombies, like brain eating zombies. They were very adamant that like it was brain eating zombies, but like what other zombies are there? Anyways, so so then they put up this whole barrier. And so there was like Zombie Town, and then there was Seabrook, like proper. And like Seabrook proper has all these like cookie cutter houses and shit like that. Sorry. And then why am I censoring myself? Sorry. Shut up. Anyways. Um, and then Zombie Town is like this like super kind of like they call it dusty and like a little bit decrepit, like kind of shack housing sometimes. It's like not the best, right? Because it's like I guess they're
This is
considered like the
them
poorer
trying
version.
to, yeah, this is like them trying to like replicate Descendants,
Yes, but
but with like,
Descendants. Okay, I have thoughts on that too. Okay, so basically they're split up, and then this is the first year that like zombie students and like human students, well, zombie students are allowed at the big high school together, so like they can like integrate sort of. And so this guy Zed is like the cool cat of the
okay,
zombies.
like think about how like annoying that is though. Like you're a zombie and your name is Zed.
Yeah.
Zed is like what every like Eastern country, like when they learn English, that's Z. So
Yeah.
like his name
It's
is
just
Z.
Z. Yep. Z the zombie. Okay, and then so then you have Z, and I love how it's like A and Z, because like the main girl, human girl's name is Addison. Okay, so basically they go and like Zed spots Addison and like immediately kind of like falls for her in his mind. And then Addison, okay, so she's not a normal girl. She's quirky.
She's not. She's a little different because
She's a little
she
different.
got extra blonde hair.
she
She
got
got
she
white
got
hair.
she got white hair. Como un, I don't know, ghost. But anyways, it was like she has like stark white hair, and like she's like, I have to wear a wig because otherwise, if I stand out, then like no one will accept me. So basically, there's like star-crossed lovers because like zombies and humans, and like it's about like how Zed is fighting for like acceptance of the zombies in the high school, and he tries out for football, and football is like his way of like
So
furthering the zombie
basically,
cause.
basically, this movie is just High School
Trash.
Musical breaking the status quo plus Descendants concept plus uh
Zombies.
zombies and a little Romeo Juliet stuff in there.
Yeah, it's like every movie that they tried to have before
Every
this that
movie
was
that was
like
like successful
successful.
previously, so like the musical concepts, breaking the
Yeah,
status quo, you know, the bad guys coming to live with the good guys.
quote unquote bad guys. They're just misunderstood. Okay, Samhita.
Yeah, yeah.
God. Anyway, so yeah, that's the basic idea, and it's like the whole how each of them are like furthering themselves. Because Addison's like a cheerleader, and that's everything that she's wanted to do, and so like she wants to be on the fancy cheer team that her cousin Bucky, the captain, is in and like known for. But yeah, it's basically all of the successful Disney movies, like Disney original musical movies, wrapped into one, and it was like a genuine, for like at least to me, like a genuine fail. Like it was not it. And let me tell you why I think that is. Okay, so all of the successful,
She said, "I got notes for
I
how
got
bad it is."
notes. I got notes, girl. Okay, so basically, all of these successful Disney musical movies were directed by the amazing Kenny Ortega. Like Descendants, Kenny Ortega. High School Musical, Kenny Ortega. That man's is a genius. Like this new Netflix show that I high key watched because the music, what was it? Julie and the Phantoms, Kenny Ortega. Like he is,
He's a good musical director. I'll give him that. He knows how to
yes.
implement music. He knows how to make musicals. Like,
He knows how
you
to
know,
make like catchy music for one, like good
yeah.
choreography, and
I
like
think
he's
he knows like that like sorry, songs and musicals, like
mm,
they're like in their own genre and they need to sound like
yeah.
their own genre. And I think that's where this movie kind of like faltered, is that like even though it's a musical, like they tried to bring in like pop hip hop concepts into their like
Mm.
dance routine and in their like and rapping basically in the songs, and it just doesn't
Ooh.
fit because like first of all, like, oh my god, I was like, I don't know if it's because we got into like K-pop more recently or whatever the case is, and I'm
Oh,
seeing so
what?
much like dancing, but like when they were dancing, they looked so stiff in their like choreography. And I'm no dancer. Like I obviously will dance like worse than they do, but like for some reason, like visually trying seeing them trying to like pop and like tut and like do like those hip hop moves was so hard to see. Ugh.
Yeah, like I don't know, like okay, so the director for like these film series, also it's a series because the second one came out this year, and I don't know why anyone wanted to continue that, but they decided like, yeah, that's a good idea.
I mean, there's
Um,
obviously 7 year olds that like this movie, and I would too, probably at 7.
I don't know. I think there was a different standard. Cause like I don't know if I would vibe with this as a 7-year old.
Bro,
Obviously, I'm like,
we were not movie critics at 7. We were just watching whatever came on.
bro, I know what was good. I was like High School Musical, that's it. And then
Now we have something to
Descendants
compare it
was
to.
solid.
Yeah, I mean, we have something to compare it to, which is why we think like these newer things aren't good. But if
This is
this is
true.
the first type of movie you're seeing, type of musical you're seeing, it's iconic to see like people sing and dance while trying to tell a story.
I'm showing my kids High School Musical and Descendants. That's it. That's
Yeah,
what
that's
they're
true.
growing up on. Okay, not this zombie stuff.
Old Disney movies, yeah.
OG Disney stuff. But yeah, the director here is Paul Hohen, I think. And so like I don't know what he's done previously, but like I don't think anyone can really measure up to like Kenny Ortega and the standard that he set, other than like Kenny Ortega
Oh my
himself.
god, he's. Oh wait, just kidding.
What?
I thought it was the ignore my. Oh wait, yeah. He directed Jump In. and Let It Shine. Paul
Okay, I
Horn.
like those movies though.
Yeah, those are like
Those
iconic.
are good.
Those are actually kind of like I don't want to say underrated, but like not as
No, they definitely are underrated. Like High School Musical and Decided
bro.
to
This
Not
this
All
guy
Live
did
It.
Camp Rock 2.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of Camp Rock 2 to be honest.
He did Cheetah Girls, One World, so the Bollywood one. Okay.
Okay.
He did Read It and Weep. Oh
He
my
did
god.
Cloud 9? I wasn't mad at Cloud 9. It was cringy, but
He did
yeah.
Luck of the Irish?
What?
Wait, he has some good ones, but like I guess this one was like an attempt to.
This one was a flop. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe that's just because, like, we have all, like, you're right. Like, we have all of this good stuff to compare it to. But, like, I don't know. For me, like, a flop. Like, normally I'm like I'm older now, obviously, but like I'll still like pop in here and there and see what's going on Disney
Mm.
because like it was such a big part of my childhood. But like I have to say, some of the Disney shows and like movies have significantly downgraded in quality.
I mean,
Like,
everybody knows that though.
yeah.
Everybody knows like Disney shows now compared to what they were like 10 years ago are so is so different.
Yeah, like I appreciate like they started having like non-binary characters and like LGBTQ plus like representation, which like I'm like go off, like that's amazing. But like some of the shows, like there was this thing called like Bizarre or something like that, and I was like, what is that?
Isn't that Jake Paul's Disney show?
I have no idea,
Yeah, that
to
was
be
a show that Jake Paul was on. And then he got fired after like
honest.
completely
Scandalous.
flopping and then yeah, Bizarre Work. It's the one that Jake Paul was in and Olivia Rodrigo was in before High School Musical, the series.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like I just that is weird. Like, mm, that's just like one of the shows. Like, I think, like Andy Mack, I think was one that I was like, okay, that's pretty cool because it dealt with like low key
Yeah,
like teen pregnancy and like
I've heard that that show was probably the one of the most like not like icon I don't probably iconic for like the time period it came out, but like not time period. It was like new things that Disney was taking on as for a kids show.
yeah, which like I appreciate because one, it was like Asian American representation, and then two, it was like the sister was the mom, and like the dad wasn't in the picture. It was no longer those kind of cookie cutter families where you had like the perfect or the mom and the dad or like the
True,
rich
yeah.
mom and the yeah
I think they really like they took a chance with like making some more intense topics like appealing to little kids or like understandable for young kids.
yeah
Also
they were
like
really like branched out their audience there.
also like everybody that came out of that is probably gonna make it big.
Yeah, yeah.
Like already the main
Asher
guy,
Angel.
yeah, he's already doing like top tier like movie production movies with Shazam.
Oh, he was. I love Shazam just because of like the humor.
Yeah, and like Sophia Wiley is in like the High School Musical the series, and but like
She's also like such a talented like dancer
yeah,
and shit.
I think she's getting really recognized from that
Yeah.
show, and now I think it'll cause her to like branch off into bigger things.
Mhm.
Joshua Rush was also iconic because like it was his character that came out as gay on that show, and it was
Yeah.
you know game changing. I think for people to see like Disney finally like
Yeah.
being upfront with it rather than like low key
Yeah.
being
Instead of
low key
like kind
about
of
it.
being subtle and like they finally were like, yes, this character is identifies as gay, and
Yeah,
like instead of just kind of like navigating around it, you know?
yeah.
Yeah. Like
Also, Sir is going to NYU, and
who?
that guy,
Joshua Rush?
yeah, he got into NYU, and I think he's class of 2024, so that means that he started this year.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I think Asher Angel is also like 18, but he has like a wild like music career now.
Yeah, I don't
So
think he's gonna go to college.
I don't think so either.
Oh my
But
god,
yeah,
he
no.
is. He just turned 18. What
Oh my
is this?
gosh. No, I think Joshua Rush is no, he is one of like the Disney stars that like I think is really cool in that like he used his platform so well, almost like he immediately got like not political but got like kids interested in like watching news, and he was part of like people's political
Mm-hmm.
campaigns and voting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Super random, but like yeah.
Yeah. His
Yeah.
birthday's the day before mine.
Who? Joshua
Joshua.
Rush?
Yeah. So
Wow.
he's like quite literally 3 years younger than me.
Quite literally.
Or 2 years.
Oh my
Just
god,
kidding,
yeah, we're
2 years.
graduating in 2022. God world. Anyways, back to the movie at hand. My thoughts. So, we discussed the director. Secondly, so I think the actors and actresses, at least the main ones that played Addison and Zed, they have voices, good voices on their own, and they're very good looking people on their own. The characters they play are so childish, and like they basically like box them into like, you know, like this, like I get being child friendly, but this took it to like another level. Like,
I did not like her character
oh my god, no.
because it just didn't make sense.
Like,
Her plot points, like her
no.
character points, like she struggles with, quote unquote, is like okay. Like I get it, image is hard, and I understand they were trying to talk about like body image in a way and like how you look, but like the concept that having white
White
hair
hair.
like that is what makes you a minority and like different. It's like, so what is so normal is what, like being white and blonde?
Yeah, or like because like also not like they had some diversity. They had like one Asian character and one African American character, but it was
Okay,
pretty
but that's
much
not diversity though. That's just like,
yeah, that's like
that's
token.
yeah, that's token
Yeah. So,
minority characters
yeah,
that
it
are
was
just
just
there so that like they could be like, haha, the quirky friend.
yeah, literally feeding that whole like trope. So one, like her character, no, not it. And then the other
Like the
thing,
fact, like it's just, that's what like pissed me off though, was like he would talk about like literally like the concepts that like they were talking through the zombies is basically segregation, prejudice,
yeah,
and like racism, right? But they were trying
yeah,
to make it not about race because apparently that's sensitive.
that's too sensitive,
Like,
too
okay, whatever,
controversial.
fine,
Disney would
fine.
never.
That's too serious of a take to go on Disney. But like, but you're talking about those concepts and you're literally showing like him saying like it's really hard to fit in or be accepted, right? And then she
Mm-hmm.
goes, I understand.
I
Like I
have
get
white
what you
hair.
mean. And the comparison is about her hair and like revealing that she's weird because of her hair. And it's
She's quirky, bro.
like no, that's not a good comparison. Like you can be like, I sympathize. Like if you showed her like she didn't have to have, you could have had her without her being like
Yeah, like
have a
she
flaw,
could
I
have just
guess.
been like I know I will never understand what it's like to be a
But I'll
zombie, but like
sympathize.
yeah, I'll sympathize and I'll help you like create change. But like, what did she do? Like, no, she like listened to the cheerleader peoples when they were like, no, don't look at him, don't talk to him,
Yeah,
and
I
I
mean,
was
I
like,
get the concept of succumbing to like peer pressure,
yeah,
but like the ideology that like you cheer is equal, if not more important than equal rights.
yeah. Like,
That's
okay,
what the
yes,
comparison was.
that was another thing.
Yeah, that
Like,
was the
okay,
comparison point. Like that was the
no, like
scale that they were like
they were
dealing
really
with.
like, ah, yes, cheerleading and football, same thing. No, like, okay. So, like, for me, like, I definitely watched, like, Netflix's cheer documentary, and, like, I watched it, and, like, I appreciate the sport. Like, it's a rough sport. But, like, this movie did nothing to make me, like cheerleading. Like, it was literally, like, there was no
That
focus on the
wasn't, I
tricks
don't,
or,
yeah, I think that wasn't the point. I think the point was to push
yeah.
the concept that like cheerleaders are like superficial and snobby, and then football is like brutish force and like click, like it's clicky. Like they were trying to bring that, like there's cliques, right? And that,
Yeah.
but like it's always so circular with High School Musical. You think they would grow out of it, but like the concept that like football and cheerleading in high school is everything about life. Everything happens. Like you're only cool if you're in like something big like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and like no, like so the thing that like irked me more is like okay, at least in High School Musical it was like the jocks versus the nerds, whatever. But this one is like like football versus cheerleaders when in actuality it's like both are supposed to work in
Well, no,
cohesion
it's more
typically.
like zombie versus.
Yeah.
I think they were trying to get rid of, like it's not like against two groups in the school, like two like
Yeah.
clubs in a school. It's against two types of people,
Yeah.
which is, a
I mean,
sensitive topic to, and you need, there's like a
yeah.
way to like talk about it, but I think that, you know, they were
This
trying to equate
it
importances in a way, because like that's how kids are gonna see it, right? Like
yeah.
she's struggling to choose between cheer and like accepting her friend, and it's like no, like this, it's not the same thing.
Yeah, like okay, my whole thing is like here was just like cheerleading is like it's an like a genuinely like a solid sport and it's like difficult and all that stuff and this movie just reduced it down to like the stereotypical like god give me a
Of
this
course,
give me a
yes,
that
of
and
course,
like
yeah.
I hated that so much like if you like
I
if
will
you're
say that.
trying to change people's viewpoints why not like stop feeding into the whole stereotypical like high school tropes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Uh,
I just, ugh. I was like, wow, wow, ugh. That and then like the whole Z band thing. Okay, so like I get the concept of the Z band, but like at the end, oh, we forgot a spoiler alert. But we don't want you to watch this anyways, so
yeah, I feel like that should have been like. I feel like it's very clear that there's no reason to watch this movie,
yes.
but
But basically, so in the very end scene, like the clicky cheerleader group at the top, like corrupts or like messes with the Z bands, which allowed the zombies to keep their brain eating tendencies under control. They like mess with them, and like
they
thing is,
hacked in. They were
they hack.
hackers
Yes,
by
they
doing
like.
nothing, just clicking buttons,
Yes, random buttons on a like very
keyboard.
industrial keyboard,
Yeah,
industrial looking laptop with like pipes in it.
yeah, built with plumbing scraps.
Oh my god. Yeah, so like that whole thing, they were like, yeah, let's do this. Let's make them look like monsters and like let their brain eating wild. And then they were like, so how
Oops.
do we protect ourselves?
Yeah, like oh crap, we're just gonna put everybody in danger, including the ones that they turn into like full-fledged zombies, for the sake of keeping cheerleading the most popular group. That's
Like,
right. That's the stake of this movie.
yeah,
Keeping
like that
status
was,
quo is means keeping up the height and rage for cheerleading. There should be no
yeah,
attention to zombies.
yeah. Like no, not none for you. No attention for you. Okay, zombies. Like, yeah. I'm like, and then okay. Also, the character of Bucky, like I think what he's Addison's cousin.
Which was an
Um,
unnecessary relationship point. Like,
so unnecessary.
is that supposed to make us think like, oh, she only got on the cheerleading team because he's her
Like
cousin? Because that's
nepotism.
all I can think about.
Yeah, like I don't know, but like so his character was just like to me like especially at the end like so stupid. Like one, Zed doesn't eat his brains, like physically prevents himself from like giving into that,
You
and
think
then
that he would change because of that, but he doesn't.
yeah, and then like they go to like the cheer competition, which is like the end like stage where like they have to do the cheer competition, and then like Zed is like trying to help Bucky out on the low, and Bucky's like, "No, I don't want your help. I don't need a zombie's help," and like walks off the stage. Not to say it was like that, but like it felt like that. And like he just stalks off, and then like Zed's little sister is Zoe, who is adorable by the way.
That's what changes his mood.
Yeah. And she was
Seeing her
like,
tear.
the best cheerleader I've ever seen has to be on the stage. And she like hands him the coaching whistle. And like still he's like hesitant. And then she's like, come on, come on. And then finally he goes. But like that whole sequence was so awesome.
Probably he went because she inflated his ego and he needed that because that's what his
Yeah.
entire character is.
Literally such an egomaniac.
Well, okay, so the thing is like at the beginning when I was watching his character, I was like getting like confused. I was like, why does he just like hate them so much? Like there's no real
Yeah.
reason around it. But then in my head, I was also like, you know what? Maybe this is actually more accurate than not because I think there's people that hate on other groups of people with no reason.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
just because they were almost like in an environment that said like you should.
Yeah. I don't know. It was just like I was just like, why are
So it kind
you
of makes like the frustration of seeing like someone like hate on a group with no like showing of what the reason may be is actually kind of a cool take on it because it's like maybe that is how life is where people just don't like other people and there doesn't need to be a reason for them.
Yeah, okay. I get that.
They're just quote unquote bad. But like either way, the character arc for Bucky was just nothing. It was
It
just
was nothing.
a flat line and then a little bump for when he like decided to go on stage with them and then that's and I'm if I were to be speculative of like how a story would go after like the end of a movie, it would just be that he'd go back to hating them, but like he was only went on stage because people were cheering or whatever.
Yeah, like he wanted that like he wanted again to like feed his ego.
Mm-hmm.
Um there's also like two other like zombie characters that's like in Zed's trio. I forget their names because that is just how much of an emphasis there was on them. One
So
of
none,
them
none. There was
doesn't
no
speak.
emphasis.
Yeah, like one of them doesn't speak like English. He
Yeah,
speaks
I
like
wrote.
the native.
I noted that. I was like, why? Why does one have to speak a zombie language? Like, there's no reason for this.
Like because they were all humans and like like they came from humans, so they would technically like I don't know.
Oh, but like, even if they did create like a whole new language, because
Like
like they
why
had
was
to
that specific thing?
character the only one that did it. You know what I mean? When
Yeah.
everybody else around them was speaking English, so obviously like they learned both.
Yeah, like what?
Like you could have had the language. I think it would have been cool to like show him speaking English and like fine, and then like maybe that's his character. Like whenever he's around humans, he speaks zombie so that they don't understand him.
Yeah.
And then like they showed us the captions, but they didn't translate it while talking.
Yeah,
So
so I'm
then
just
we could
like
get in on the zombie jokes without and then like they show like the humans being like okay, like you know, like maybe that's like the little comedic thing or like I guess that would be like an ode to like what like my like immigrant children that know multiple languages and can understand other languages and switch between like English and their mother
yeah,
tongue.
but this was just one language and like Zed had to translate or the other
Yeah.
girl had to translate.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, like the other girl zombie was like technically would be considered like a social justice warrior type
You
person.
know that's a word that title has such like a negative connotation. Even though honestly it shouldn't, but whatever.
It
Yeah,
really shouldn't. But like
she's
they
the
made it negative once again.
well, no. I wasn't talking about her character specifically. I was talking about like
Mm.
the term social justice warrior
Yeah.
is like used to like insult people for being socially active,
Oh
which
yes.
should never be the case. But what either way, her character, yeah, was shown to be like we should revolt, we should stand up for change.
Yeah. And like thing is like they they made her like kind of like I don't want to say like extremist, but like extreme in like what she wanted, which isn't the case for like most like socially active people that I know, like socially justice like active people. Like
Well,
like
like I think yeah, like it was like they should have like legitimately if a group of people is being so heavily prejudiced and like segregated like they showed, the
yeah.
natural way would be like just protest, like peacefully or whatever
Yeah, which she
protest,
like
right?
brought up, but then at the
And
end of the day, it
but
went to
they
like a
make it
violent.
seem like that her requesting to protest was like might cause more trouble than help, which could be true because this is like such a fake world that maybe they don't got freedom of speech there. They
Yeah,
probably don't
maybe.
because they're like the minority group, and so it's like, they weren't even allowed to have pets. So like to that extreme level, who knows? It's like a fake story, whatever the case is. But yes, she was a standalone character that wanted to make a change by standing up for themselves. Um, so they stood up for themselves by dancing and cheering.
Yeah,
That
I
was the
was.
culmination. They just had
I
to go
just.
on stage together, show that we can be together.
Yeah,
Football will
yeah,
end segregation.
yeah. I'm just. I just disappointment. Like I didn't. Okay, because like going in, I didn't expect it to be like downright horrible. I didn't expect to like feel so strongly about this movie and that like people should not watch it, but I do because it
Because
wasn't
we
good.
were talking about like, oh, maybe like, yeah, we were talking about like last week, like we should like try to do a movie that we think is like kind of bad or cringy and like make fun of it in a way, or like just like talk about it because that might be more interesting to hear than like always hearing us like movies.
Mm,
But and we were like, oh, that's not really like super often that happens for us. Like normally, like even like cheesy movies we like.
mm.
But this one was actually one that I like struggled to get through.
Oh my god, yes. I was like, because like, what was it? You were like 40 minutes in and we were texting. You were like, bruh, I'm 40 minutes in and this movie hurts me. And I was like, yes, so freaking cringe.
I was like
Ugh.
making audible noises when like lines came in because like that's it too. Like even the way that this movie was written, like the lines that they had to say, I like physically and audibly like constricted and cringed like I never like do that often, but for this movie I definitely had like a physical reaction because like what was it like at one point when they're stuck in like the zombie safe room, which by the way, how is it a safe room if a zombie can get in? Anyways, a zombie safe room, it's her and Zed being stuck in there, and it's like dark so she can't see him, so she goes there, she's like, look here, Buster. Like, don't mess with me because I have a
I
high
got a
kick and
high
I can
kick
kick
and a
low.
low kick.
And I was like, excuse me?
Like,
Excuse me?
woman, like,
And then after that meeting, right? Like, it literally is like a day or two later,
Mhm.
he literally goes to his friends, and because like I guess
Yes.
she didn't like come up to the table, or she didn't react a
Yeah.
certain way, and she was like, man, it like really sucks, like I really thought that she could be the one.
I know. And I
The
was like,
one.
boy, you met her 2 days ago. You don't even know her personality. You had one, like, 5-minute conversation with her before her cheer buddies came and took her away.
And then they show her like instantaneously like almost in love with him, with like googly
She's like,
eyes at him.
she's like, my heart's beating fast. My
My
palms are
palms are
sweaty.
sweaty.
And, like, her, like, friend, I don't even remember her name, was like, oh my god, you have the flu. And I was just
Ugh.
like, oh my
Ugh.
god, I cannot.
Oh
I
my
cannot.
god. Oh, and then there was like a part where like she tries talking to them, and then she like bef- but then her like cheerleading people like grab
Yeah.
her, and they're like, they were like, oh, Buggy said that there was something different about you, and I guess there is. Like, what is it? Like,
And overbite.
oh, an overbite, like your legs are a little long, and then they go, you wear corrective lenses. And
And
I
I
was like,
was like, go
contacts are
away.
different in this world.
Go
Even
away.
though it's almost
Literally.
like I feel like 50-50. Like, yeah, majority of people don't need glasses still, but like it's not that much of a disparity anymore. So many people need glasses.
Yeah,
I
bruh, like,
was like, oh my
no.
god, I went so feral. I was like, oh, contacts.
I was
That's what you're
like,
gonna
are
bring
you
up.
serious? Out of all the things you could have come up with that would make a person different, you went for glasses? What? You're prejudiced because we're blind? We didn't ask to be this way, God damn it.
I guess
Fine.
that's the point of prejudice, but like
I feel strongly about this matter, okay?
no,
Because,
I
like,
just thought that that was like that has never has it been like a thing that much of a thing that like glasses or contacts make you that much
yeah.
different, right? It made you look nerdy or whatever. I understood that there was other connotations around it, but it was never like that's weird to have those things.
Yeah.
But suddenly, like it being brought up in this sense, I was like, now you put it in people's heads. Even though I
Yeah.
like, why'd you call them corrective lenses? No one calls them that.
For
And second of
one,
all,
yeah.
like, how are kids supposed to understand the word corrective lenses?
Like, they don't even know about contacts unless you're like me and, like, got glasses in, like,
Yeah,
the second
you know
grade.
about glasses, but you don't know about contact.
Corrective lenses, yeah. Like, oh my god. Like, that to me was, like, so stupid. Like, why? Why was that necessary? No, because, like, I was just, like, this whole movie had so many, like, little things that I was just like, why? Like,
It's
why?
just frustratingly bad.
Yeah.
What was it? Oh, okay, the wig on wig look was a big no on me for me.
Oh
Like,
my god,
so
yeah.
like you could tell like in the beginning they made her have the wig on wig because they wanted us to see that she had white hair underneath the wig.
Mm,
And then they transitioned her to back to her normal hair, which is already her normal hair color is blonde, like the actresses.
yeah.
So like you could tell like when they like start doing like the cheerleading tryouts, it's her normal hair. You want to know how you
How?
know? Her roots are brown and her
Yeah.
real hair, but then her wig was
Or it's
all
like
blonde.
orange? No,
It was
there
all
was like
blonde.
orange tea tones, and I was like,
Yeah,
why?
and like but and like the actual you know like how the way you lay a wig, right? You
Yeah.
put it in a way so that it like sits on to your forehead, like scalp area, that point, and like they this one was so visibly just like something they put on, because like and like where you part your hair is a very easy indicator of like whether it's a wig or not, right? Like how the that section of your hair looks, because on a wig it's fake, but on your real scalp it's actual scalp, right?
Yeah.
And so you could tell it was just so bad. It was just so bad, so bad.
I was just like, why? No, no. Like, okay, yeah, my big thing this whole movie is like, why? Why am I watching this? Why was this necessary? Why? So
Yeah,
many whys.
yeah.
Literally, like, ugh. And like, both of the people, like all of the characters in this were like, they're like really good looking. They have good voices. Like, this movie just did not do it for them. Like, like I don't know how else to say it. Like, I don't
The
know.
guy is his mom. Have you ever watched the show Ghost Whisperer?
No. Is it popular? Is it one of those like TLC shows?
It was not a TLC show. It was like on Ion Television a lot, which is like a actually I said that channel as though people would know it, but okay, I'm looking it up. So I'm that's like the most like big show that she's been in, Ghost Whisperer. She was in. She said that it looks like she plays attorney Eleanor Frutt on ABC's The Practice.
Wait, whose mom?
The guy's mom, like the main guy's mom,
Like his. Wait,
real
wait.
real mom. I'm talking about the
Oh,
actor. I'm
okay.
not talking
The
about.
actor's real mom. I was like, they didn't have a mom in the movie. Did
Oh yeah, they didn't. No, but I meant like the reason I know a little bit about him was because I figured out his relationship like through his mom, like who his mom was, and
That's
that's why.
wild. Like, I just knew him from Disney. Like, seeing him in, like, the commercials for this.
He's younger than
Also,
us.
I'm still scrolling through Joshua Rush's, like, Instagram on the DL. And,
Mm,
like, yeah, he did a lot. Like, he was part of, like, the Bernie Sanders campaign and shit. Like,
yeah.
go off, King. And
This
yes, he's
Milo,
going to
Milo,
NYU.
the main
Hmm?
guy of this. Milo, the main guy of this movie,
Hmm?
younger than us.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
I thought he was older, but he's
I thought
not.
he was older too. Wait, he's younger than us?
Yeah, he's like a
We
year
didn't.
younger than you.
Oh my.
March 6th, 2001.
Stop. I'm old. I hate this so much because like now Disney stars are like younger
No,
than
we're
me.
reaching that age where
They're younger than me.
we're reaching that age where
Also,
we start to become older than like the new people that come into the
yeah,
industry.
we discovered this like 2 days ago when we were talking about groups.
Yeah, K-pop groups. Yeah, because like they get them young
That's
when they
so
can
bad.
mold them, and then
Stop. That sounds so bad.
that is exactly what they're doing. And they mold them, and then they debut them out to the world. And when they show them to the world, they're like 16 to 18 to, and then like the oldest is maybe like 20, 21. So like all the new groups coming out now, their oldest is our age.
Yeah, yeah, and that was like for us, like we had like a full blown conversation on like Instagram. And we're like, we cannot do this. Like,
We can't stand new groups because they're
we
gonna be
can't
like,
go any lower.
because like if you think about it, like we're gonna be like getting older as these new people come out at 14, and I'm like, so
Yeah,
you're
like
telling me that
no,
like I'm gonna be 22 with a new group that comes out and their youngest member is like 15, and I'm gonna be like,
like I
"Ugh,
cannot. No, but
I
like
can't
okay,
see you
to
that
this
way."
like Milo dude. Sorry, we're jumping around,
No, it's
but
fine.
like he's 19, and then like yeah, I don't know his mom or whatever, but he goes to the like NYU's Tisch School of Art.
Oh, so
Like,
he like went to college,
well, he's going because he's like 19,
so
I
he's
guess.
doing school and acting in movies.
I
Yeah,
guess.
legit. I don't know how. I feel like Disney has like connections with NYU, but like a lot of Disney stars go to this Tisch School of Arts.
Yeah, like the Sprouse twins did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where Joshua Rush is going, and this guy's going, and that's where Camila Mendez went. She met the Sprouse. She like saw this or knew met them in NYU
Oh
before.
snap! I didn't
Like
know she
Cole and
met
her
them.
were on that show. Yeah, she went there, but she went there like a normal person. Like she went there before starting acting because like her big role was Riverdale.
Yeah, because like I had never heard of her before, but now she's doing like so well. So go off. But yeah, basically, this movie was trash, and we watched it so you guys didn't have to. Um,
That's the motto for this episode. Yeah.
yes, because we watched it so you don't have to. But like, anyways, this movie kind of sucked. Wouldn't recommend it. But on the bright side, we had a lot of fun, like
Ripping
making
it
fun of
apart.
it. Yes, ripping it apart. But yeah, we are staying because it's October and it's spooky season. We are taking this month to do a couple like Halloweeny esque movies.
We
So
will not
definitely
be
stay
doing
tuned
horror
for that.
movies in this household.
No, I cannot handle horror movies. I
uh,
will die. I
we
will
will
get a
be
heart
doing
attack and no.
Halloween themed concepts and movies, but not
Yes.
which will tend to be more Disney ones because those are like the non-scary Halloween ones. But
Also the ones like that we grew up on too.
yeah,
But yeah, so get excited, get hyped, and we will, I guess, talk to you guys next time.
yep. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
See y'all.